Hi. Let's do a chakra clear. So, if you visited me before, you know the drill. If not, what we're going to do is we're going to breathe through each of the chakras to clear up any stuck and stagnant energies held in the space so that we can operate more in alignment with our higher self, with our clear sovereign intention and clear sovereign will, and so that we can have a more aligned response and interaction with the world around us. This helps to calm chaotic and anxious energies and thoughts, and also to help clear and process and allow space for us to do what we need to do in our lives and in our world. So, if you'd like to participate, you can just say yes now and allow me to have access to your energy for the duration of this video. And let's take a deep breath in together. Ready? So breathing in, connecting in. I feel compelled to rub our hands together. As we rub our hands together, we're generating energy and bringing intention into the space by activating the physical and the spiritual as one. All right, I'd like to have us hold your hands to your chest. Feel your heart. Feel your body. Feel your breath as it goes in through your nose or mouth and down into your chest, and how it's filling up the space within this open cavity that is your vessel. Expanding and contracting naturally, rhythmically, as it always does, with or without intention. See if there's any agitation or resistance or discomfort to being here. It's important to note. See if you can settle back into the back of your body, into your spine, setting firm, confident in yourself. How does it feel to sit confidently and fully in yourself? If it feels good, that's great. If it feels bad, that's okay too. Just take note of it and be with it. We're going to do some clearing, and you can see if it makes a difference afterward, if you feel any different. So, feeling into the root chakra. By feeling into, I mean you bring your awareness down in as if you were just experiencing what was there. So bring your awareness down into the root and ask yourself, what is here? And quietly listen, feel, see what's present, however it comes to you. All right, feeling into, now I'm going to tap into all of our roots together. Feeling into the root chakra of my collective. Tapping in. So I'm going to muscle test and then clear. We're at 20% capacity as a collective. Not everybody's at that spot, but as a group, this is where we're at. So 20% of capacity in our root, our ability to feel safe and stable and secure. Okay? There's some shame here about our security. The concept of privilege is coming up. Those of us who have the privilege of being secure and stable currently might feel some guilt or shame around that, knowing what everything is actually happening. There's also shame in, like, there can be shame, and I'm feeling shame associated with this idea of taking care of ourselves and our needs when the world is in turmoil and needs our attention and care as well. Balancing self and other in a way. But I'd like to remind you that to be able to take care of others, and we need to take care of ourselves first. And we don't have to, go and spend a bunch of money on frivolous things, or, neglect our responsibilities or anything like that. This is about making sure that you have enough to eat, feed yourself. My son the other day had $2 in quarters, right? And a homeless man asked him if he had any change. And my son, being a generous-hearted human, gave all of his quarters to the homeless man. And that was very sweet and kind and thoughtful of him. And he didn't have any money left over to buy water while he was out skating. So he spent hours without water because he gave away the resources that he had at that moment. So that's what I'm talking about, is if you can't do more right now, that's okay. You will be able to do more later. Don't forget, though, that's the only thing. Don't forget to do more later, but take care of yourself now. Okay? All right, so let's breathe into that shame in the root. So I'm going to hold the heart point because it's my favorite point to hold. I'm going to breathe into the root, clearing any residual shame, clearing up space for the root to be fully expressed at full capacity, okay? Breathing in, holding at the top. And when it settles, breathing out. The root is now at 100% capacity. Moving up to bringing your awareness up into the sacral chakra, where our inner child is, our creative expression is, our sexuality and play, our sense of belonging with our tribe. Okay, so feeling into the sacral. 50%. My collective is at 50%, so that's good. We're feeling creative. We're feeling, like we've got a little bit of space for our emotions and our state. Let's get it up to 100, all right? We can do better. Good. Some frustration, which makes sense. Like, we're frustrated. Everybody's frustrated with our society and our collective, and everybody's frustrated with our lack of ability to express as fully as we would like because we have to take care of these silly responsibility things. And the world isn't really, or at least what I'm gathering, I don't know if other people are experiencing this, but I'm perceiving the world to be not really giving space for us to actually be as creative and express as we would like. There's a lot of crackdown on speech and on action and on people using their voice to stand up for their community, right? And there's a lot of frustration. It's like you can't do enough with the words that we have to say to see the change. And it's almost like our inner child really just wants to play in the creativity of the world and of potential, and we're constricted by outdated hierarchies that aren't serving anyone. They're not actually serving anyone. So let's clear that out. Let's make room, because even in the darkest of times, even in struggle and stress, even in fear, there's room for play, there's room for creativity, there's room for emotions, there's room for your feelings, there's room to connect and build. This is the time to connect and build and play with your community in the joy and excitement of creating something new, of sharing potential, of sharing resources and abundance, right? So let's clear that out. Okay, feeling into the solar sacral. Breathing in, holding at the top. And breathing out. I'm gonna grab my phone charger really quick. All right, we're now plugged back in. Okay, so next we're gonna be tapping into the solar plexus. Now this is where we have our sense of individuality, autonomy, leadership, self-direction. This is where we break free from our collective mold and where we feel like we have the ability to act on our sovereign will and intentions, right? So feeling into the solar plexus space of my collective, testing in where we're at together. 70. All right. So let's find out what's going on there. Governing. Truth. I don't want to just clear it right away. Truth and the solar plexus. So truth could be blocking it up because the way that truth looks right now seems disempowering. The truth of certain tangible physical situations are limiting our ability and our belief in ourselves to be able to take the appropriate actions for our soul's will and for our mission in life, right? So as we clear this and allow truth to be malleable a little bit, truth is what we perceive, is what's like what we perceive isn't exactly true. I don't know, I'm saying this weird. Let me try again. So truth is more than just what we believe, what we see, what we know, because those things are filtered through our lens of perception, right? Our worldview, our political, religious, family beliefs all shape how we see the world and how we see truth. So truth is something that it's accessible, but it's outside of human reasoning and human understanding, right? One truth that I think is important here, especially in the solar plexus, is you are, and every single one of us is, a sovereign being. We exist with our full rights. We exist with our full soul, our full will, our full humanity, our full animal self as sovereign. And this sovereignty is powerful. No one can take that sovereignty away. Not in actuality. There can be restraints and constraints and limitations and actions taken to make us believe that we are not sovereign. but your soul will always be sovereign. Even if you're thrown in jail, even if you're tortured and killed, even if you're removed from your living situation, even if everything that you've ever had is taken away from you, you will still be your sovereign soul in your specific life. And there's power in that. The reason why some people want to make us believe that we're at their mercy is so that we will willfully give up that sovereignty to them. Because we have to choose to give it away. Now, most of us in the world have been brainwashed, basically, to believe that we do not have sovereignty. That our life is determined by others, by our family, by our community, by our social status, by our income, by our by our place of birth, by our government, by our world systems, by all of these things. And that's not true. Your soul is sovereign. And the more of us who choose to take action from this sovereign place, more and more, because it's not simple to take sovereign action here in the third dimension of this world. It's not simple. It's difficult and it's complicated because we have to rectify all of these beliefs within ourselves. And we have to choose every moment and learn how to be sovereign with ourselves because of our conditioning. And it's not the same answer for everyone, right? Like, we all have different experiences, different desires, and different things that give us joy and purpose. Different paths we're trying to take. So it's not a one size fits all. If anybody tells you that they've got the answer for your freedom, they're lying, because you do. Only you do. And so just know that the more of us that choose our sovereignty and choose the truth of our power over the truth of what we see in the world happening around us, we choose to believe in humanity, choose to believe in justice, choose to believe in honor, choose to believe in virtue, choose to believe in the goodness of humanity as a whole, that we will prevail. The more we'll see that in real life, and the more the world will change for the better. So let's clear any old truths that we have placed over our ability to be strong and powerful in our lives. Ready? I'm going to hold this point, and we're going to breathe in to the solar plexus and breathe out any and all distortions that are in here. Okay, ready? Holding at the top till it settles. There's one more feeling here, but I can't remember what it is, so I'm going to just breathe into it and trust. So whatever else is there is going to be releasing in its own time and make itself clear when it's appropriate. All right, so we've cleared our solar plexus. So now let's move into the heart. The heart is where empathy and compassion is, and it's also where understanding is. It's where we connect with others as individuals, right? So our sacral is where we connect with other people as a tribe, and where our heart is where we connect with other people individually with awareness of them as their own soul, their own self, right? So I already feel like so much here. I just want to sit with this for like 2 seconds. All right, let's move. So let's see. Okay, 10, 20, 50. Earth. Some self-worth in here, okay? I'm gonna hold my belly points and the earth meridian for the stomach. Self-worth in the heart is bringing up to me this feeling of not feeling worthy enough to be fully present with the people that we're meant to connect with, because we don't want to impose or bring them down in any sort of way. It feels like holding the self back for the sake of, it's like hermiting up, like hiding away. It almost feels like hiding away because our self-worth has been fucked with. It's a really uncomfortable feeling, but I definitely understand it. I've been going through something similar. And it seems like it's time to open it up. I've been doing that process myself, and so now let's do it together. Feeling into the heart space. So the heart space is a portal that connects us to all other beings across the world. If your cell phone is tapped into the network, your heart space is tapped into the heart network, okay? There is no requirement or prerequisite to be in any certain state before you can tap into this network. You can feel into the space and breathe into it, and if you'd like to connect with somebody on the other side of the world or anywhere, you just imagine them in the grid and see them, like see a grid expand out. I see it blue, like it's like a blue web, and each line connects with a different person. There's people are like stars in the grid, in the web, right? Like dew on a spider web, you know, lit up. And all you have to do is feel into the grid, allow yourself to be witness to it, and see the other person pop up within the grid. You'll see their heart shining like a little light, and you can just give them a little love and compassion and acknowledgement. This grid is used with only the best intentions. This is not a place to send hate. This grid is only for I mean, you can, and people do, but it's unethical. Please don't do that. You will see your own repercussions if you choose to do that. It's just the way that the world works. It's just going to work that way. So, because everything must balance. So, feeling into the heart space, feeling into the light that is your heart. A cathedral of heaven, I like to imagine it as. The heart with its chambers is an alive, living cathedral for heaven, okay? If you don't like this imagery, come up with your own. It's just what it works for me. Now through this network, I'm connecting with all of you. If you choose to, you can open yourself up to feel that connection. I'm sending each of you my love. It's that simple. So if that had impact for you, or if you felt that, or if you'd like to work with it more and practice, it's just like a practice of feeling and sensing, allowing ourselves to open to receiving, right? It's not just receiving, not just opening to receive, but allowing ourselves to open to receive is usually where the struggle is. In love and manifestation and connection and experiencing lots of stuff. It's just like opening up, allowing ourselves to open, not forcing, not prying open, just allowing. So just tapping into that heart space, feeling the love, feeling how you are loved and you have love, and it's spreading through to everyone, everywhere, all at once, all the time, all around the world. My legs are a little bit stuck on that piece of wood here. Okay. All right, filling into the heart space of my collective. The space feels clear. Let's move into the throat. The throat is both expressing and receiving, okay? This will help us speak truth. Help us to speak truth, to know truth, to hear truth. Ready? 50% fire. Gross. Feels like there's rage in there. Ready? You want to make some weird sounds with me and growl, so we can do, okay, let's do a tiger breath, right? So when you breathe in really hard through your nose, and when you breathe out with your tongue out and your eyes super, super wide, and leave like a sound, right? So, ready? Let's do it again. Throat feels clear, and my voice feels stronger too when I'm speaking. All right, moving our awareness up into the third eye. This is where we manifest and create our reality, right? So it's our dreams and it's our visions, both to receive information from our world and to project information into the world, okay? So I have a feeling there's some blockages here about creating the world we want with our vision. This is not to undermine the truth of the reality that is. It's to have the courage to see the truth of what is and envision something new, and to reconcile the two with our actions, okay? One, 2, 3%. Okay, so I feel like that might be from me, that might be from other people. Just like our collective right now is having a hard time with the truth of the visions that we wish to see in the world. Like, I personally have been having a really hard time envisioning a future that I want to create, and I wonder if anybody else is feeling the same way. After we're done with this clearing, if you'd like to, you can put in the comments anything that you're calling in to anchor it. If you don't want to, that's totally fine too, no pressure. Feeling some resistance to doing this clear. I keep like looking off and kind of spacing out a little bit. So I'm gonna ground for a second. All right, I'm ready. So some vulnerability. I don't know if that's the right, I'm doing it anyway, okay. Vulnerability here. Yeah, it's fucking vulnerable to come up with a new reality for yourself, to try and create something new, because you have to break what was old, basically. You have to tear it down, break it, fuck it up, fuck it up, fuck it all the way up. All right. Fuck it up, fuck it up, fuck it up, fuck it up. Ooh. That one I got like a wash over my face and inside my head. Some distress. Yeah, because it's a fucking big job to take down piece by piece the things that don't work and rebuild them. It's like, have you ever remodeled a house? Because it's fucking hard. It's not an easy job, and it's long. It takes a long time, and it's expensive. It takes a lot of energy and money. But what you put in is what you get out of it. What you put in is what you get out. To be able to do a remodel effectively, you have to look at what's already broken. You have to look very closely at the truth of what you have so that you can make the choice to either take something down completely, take it down part way, leave it. You know, the choices that you make for each stage is important and unique based on the actual truth of what's in front of you. So I encourage you to have courage to look honestly at what's around in your environment that you need to change so that you may envision a new future. Please take your journal later, anytime, either now, tonight, first thing in the morning, as soon as possible, and write down what it is you want to change and what it is you're creating now, how exactly you want it to be. This can be personal, it can be physical, it can be financial, it can be relational, it can be global, it can be in what you create, it can be political. Envision what it is you want to see clearly with as much detail as possible. Breathe it into yourself and then close your book and let it go. When you feel ready again, the next time, I want you to take stock of what you need to do to create that. Keep your vision in your mind. Bring it up to yourself consistently until you see the change. Pick, after you've created what you want to create, after you've envisioned what you need to get rid of and what you want to create, and you've written down your steps, pick the easiest first step and do it immediately. So after you do that step, do the next step and the next step until you've moved along to the point where it's time to take a break. And then you can take a moment and re-envision, take stock of what you have done, take stock of what still needs to get done, take stock of what did work and what didn't work. And this is how you'll create change, using your vision. Okay, you can create a vision board or whatever, but it's really just that simple. Look clearly at what's wrong, look clearly at what you want and what you intend, and reconcile the two with your actions and your intentions. Okay. The practicality of the third eye. Now, the metaphysics of it is the world around us is entering in through our eyes and being projected into our brain to be processed as experience. Then our brain, all in accordance with our heart and the rest of our system, will create a vision of the world as we perceive it, take in our beliefs and structure it, and then project it out into space to create our experiences, the opportunities that we see, the way that the world looks to us, whether it's positive or negative, loving or violent. Those are expressed because of what we believe, what we've taken in, how we've processed it, and what we've projected out into our reality to see. Okay, so now that we're clearing that, we're clearing the lungs out. Breathing in, holding at the top. Okay, one more. Whoa. That one left me kind of dizzy. All right. One more, guys. Moving up into the crown. This is where we feel safe with spirit, safe with God, safe with the universe at large, safe in the world. All right, so the root is how we feel safe in our body and in the physical, and the crown is where we feel safe in spirit, in possibility, in that which is more than what is seen with the eyes. Right, so let's tap into that space. %. I feel that. Would distress. Yeah, I feel that. God, please help us. How can I trust you when things look this bad? There is no good reason for violence. There's no good reason, there's no spiritually justifiable reason for violence and turmoil. We can say, oh, I chose this before I came to this life, or oh, he chose this before he came to this life, or she did, or they did, or whatever. But that, in my opinion, is gaslighting and spiritual bypassing to the reality of the situation, right? So God is not something that doesn't have judgment of positive and negative experiences. It just is. That which judges is us. We judge positive and negative experiences. And we have the intention to bring the will of God through our bodies, using our positive intention to create a better place, right? So, and that's what those of us who choose compassion and choose love are doing. We're bringing the compassionate aspects of God into awareness so that we can create, using that energy, something better for everyone. The only thing we can do, we can't justify what happened and what is happening and what is going to happen. We can't justify it. It is not justifiable. What we can do is we can trust that we have the capacity and the will and the power to change it, and that God is here all the time. God is present all the time. And we are a part of God and God is a part of us, and we can connect in, and it's okay to have things go wrong. It's not a moral failing on your part. It's not God abandoning you. It's just the circumstances that this world has created with our distortions and lies and fragmented senses of self and fractured realities that we're piecing together all together as one community of humans, and all of our cancerous state of being with each other and with our world. This is what it looks like, and it's just an aspect of truth. And accepting that does not negate the need for change and does not negate the need for action. And there's a lot of stigma and belief around what type of action is enough, is valuable, is valid. But each of our capacity is different. Therefore, the action that we each take and have capacity for is different. So please, Find a way to take action to create the world in a better place for yourself based on what you can do. If you can intervene in situations that are unjust, do so. If you can't, that's okay. It's okay to have to choose. It's hard and it's not ideal. It's not what we want to see in the world, but it is okay to choose when and how you take action and contribute. When and how is the right moment and in the right way. But please do something. Do something. Tapping into the crown. All right, so now let's do one more breath together to clear up the channel from the crown to the root, back to the crown again, so we can have full capacity here. Ready, breathing in from the crown down to the root, from the root up to the crown, crown to root, root to crown. One more time, crown to root, root to crown. I feel a little bit heavy, but I feel more present and more stable in my body. I don't know how you feel. You can share if you want to. No pressure. Nobody has to post online if they don't feel like it. Thanks for joining me. I did a little clearing for our country, and I'll probably post that if anybody's interested. And yeah, take care. Be safe. Look out. I love you.